Josh and I are here
Move around.
at the Bradley Indian Cemetery. That is its name. But that's where we are. Out here in Bradley, Michigan, there's a large Potawatomi tribe that is here. The casino's here. And yeah, so we're just wandering around the cemetery. I love this cemetery. It is so peaceful.
Oh yeah.
Literally in the middle of just
it's in the middle of woods
nothing.
And a couple cornfields. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And that lighting's really nice right there.
That's cool.
But so I'm going to show you guys some spirit houses. So this is a spirit house. It's built over a grave, and the thought behind it is you build this and you can bring things to place here for the spirit, and then when it collapses completely, the person has gone. Now this tribe that has their Methodist church is just drove from down the road, and is just down the road here from our drive-in. We are at the end of a very, very long dirt road, way back in the woods. And so this tribe is Methodist at its core of its religion, and the Sprague family is the main family of this tribe, the Spragues, and there's a lot of bushes. As well. So we have been wandering out here. We actually recorded a bunch because we couldn't get on here to go live to try and find one specific grave for you guys. And
we're not having any luck because I think the headstone is either grown over with bushes, buried by something. I'm going to keep poking around here and looking while Kari's talking to you, but...
You want to tell him who's here?
It's the original voice of Tonto on the Lone Ranger radio series. There, you were just pointing up the sky.
Oh, here, you take it, and I'll walk and try and find. You
right.
talk and show them the Petoskey Stone or something.
So, oh yeah, that's cool. A lot of these spirit houses, they put, you know, special things around them and stuff. And this is pretty cool. This is one of the neatest Petoskey stones you'll ever see. Where's it at? It's right there. That's pretty cool. Pretty neat. So, Kari's walking around looking for that headstone.
Yeah, I came here with my cousin Sarah once, and we found the gravestone, but heck if I can remember where it is. And the actor, his name was Frank McCarthy, or McCarty, but he went by, what was it, John Todd?
John Todd was his stage name, yep.
So, we don't know which name will be on the headstone if we find it.
Well, I gotta believe that it's up in here somewhere.
And a lot of graves aren't marked, or they're marked just by a stick that had something on it at one point.
Well, and like this one here, there's a statue, but if there is a stone in there, it's buried underneath all that foliage and little bushes, and I'm not about to start digging that up, but most of the old burials in here, I really don't know if there's vaults. I've done one burial here, and that was 15 years ago probably, at least, and that was one of the Sprague family, and it was in this row right down here, right in there somewhere, and that was a vault. I used a burial vault for that, but seeing, like, here's another one right here, Kari, that you'd have to almost dig down to find the headstone. You know there's something there, but you can't tell who it is. Yeah, there's no names on it.
Do you want to show this bench?
Here, I'll pass it back off to you.
Okay. Hey guys.
You're better at the camera angles. I don't know how good I was with that. Sorry, people, if I was.
Here, I'm going to turn the camera so I can show you guys a couple things. So like this bench, when we walked in, Josh had pointed out has some Potawatomi
Potawatomi.
writing on
Yep.
it.
Hmm.
And this is one of the military markers you can get if you're a veteran. You get the stone at no cost, but you have to pay to install it. They are harder to install, so you don't often see these as much in private cemeteries like this. You see these more at a national cemetery if these are the kind that they're using. Like my grandpa in Minnesota at Fort Snelling has this style. If you come down here, this is a lot of the Bush family here, and they have 3 in a row here of military markers.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I
So
would say it's one of the ones back there that we can't see that's buried in the bushes, because I don't see it anywhere else on any of the marked ones.
you can see like this spirit house is starting to fall.
Yep.
So the cemetery had kind of said at one point, you guys cannot do spirit houses anymore because they fall, they just
Yep.
turn into a big mess, and then nobody cleans it up.
This one's been here since '97.
Yeah, which is crazy, these little houses. My favorite is this one back over in the corner. Do you guys see over here is a little spirit house just kind of chilling on its own, nothing else around it. And if you come back, I kind of like this, like you don't know who's here,
Right.
but
there's a
somebody
grave
was
there.
buried here.
Yep. There's a big cedar tree at the foot of it. Well, and these, I mean, are these
Marking.
markers, or are these...
We should have had Micah come meet us, because Micah would have told
Yeah,
us
he would know
all about it. So my how to dig a grave video with Micah was shot here. We'll walk back to the corner it was shot at. I'll come up and show you the sign up here. I'm so glad that the internet worked, or my cell service worked enough so we could go live. Bradley Indian Cemetery, established early 1800. So this has been here a long, long time. Micah got me a book and showed me a book once of the history of the area and the history of the Indians in this area, who were originally here and everything. It was kind of cool to read the history of this space. But these little houses, I mean, they bring in shingles. I mean, there's shingles on them.
Now that one's way older than the first one you showed, so.
But it's still standing.
Yeah. There's little critters living in it.
Someone asked Josh if you come in and, you know, have to do your vault, do you just dig through tree roots?
When they dig the graves, yeah, most of the time they'll get down and they'll cut them either with a chainsaw or however else they have to do it. If they don't have a backhoe that can't rip them out, or if they're too big, yeah, they'll get down there and they'll cut them out. If that's the spot that the family wanted and that's where they wanted it to be, unless it's like physically impossible, yeah, that's what they'll do. They'll cut them out just to make a spot for me to put a vault in, you know. So
I mean, trees are all under the ground.
Yep.
Let's walk back over here, show you guys some cool headstones. Try not to make you too sick. Here, I'll turn it while I'm walking. He's looking around. I think he's still trying to find Tonto. We were riding in the truck, and I said, yeah, I gotta pull up the guy's name because I never remember. And people always think of that Jay Silverheel, but that's who played him in the movie or in the TV show. But it's the radio version that Tonto that we're looking for. But I told him in the car, and he was like, no, crap. And I was like, why? And he said him and his grandpa used to listen to and watch the TV show and loved it. So that kind of, I think, brought back some cool memories for him. I love it. It is a nice small cemetery, really, but kind of like this one, someone has painted, you know, whether it's out of cost or whatever the necessity it is, people have created the markers but then the marker kind of goes into disrepair or it's faded, and then there's no marking of who's buried in that grave. This one I find really cool, I think, because right now concrete, like in kitchens and stuff, is so trendy. So someone has poured this concrete mold and then placed this inside of it. It's pretty cool. So I texted my cousin Sarah because her and I came and walked to this place one day, and I swear we found that headstone, but we're not able to find it right now.
Well, again, I think it's one of the spots up here that you can't see the
That's
stone.
covered. I feel like we had to clear some stuff, but I feel like it was just a small little marker or even a military marker, but it was up in that, by that tree.
I think it's, to me, I bet you it's the one that's got the section marker in it. That's because it's got just a little teeny section marker, and there's probably a stone next to it that's buried. But
which is sad, you know, people want to find stuff and they can't find somebody. I kind of like this spirit house. Hold on. Because it's like a mini spirit house. So this, you've got this kind, but then look at this cute little one. It's like a baby spirit house. It's pretty cool. So there's places up, I know, up north, like up by Traverse City here in Michigan, where it has more tribal and stuff, and you walk and there's like the whole cemetery is all spirit houses. I like this headstone too. So Jason Morgan was a younger guy that had died, was well known in town, but I like how they put that on his headstone. Pretty cool, huh? I love that. Like all you hear out here is the birds and the animals and like this humming. It feels like you're in the middle of nowhere, which we kind of are. We drove down that super long road past the church, and then also a community has been built back here that they offered to members of the tribe for, you know, here's some land if you want to build a home here, and then we'll help build homes for people. So this, one of these are the graves that we had dug for our video. We were back in this section. It might have even been that one, but this is about where we were when we did the video on how to dig a grave. So, and I had dry skin hanging off my nose. Everybody's like, what is on your nose? Well, it was dry skin. We had put my dog to sleep 1 or 2 days before shooting that video, and I had cried so much my nose was just a dried, crusty, nasty mess. So I'm not sure what's going on with this little section, if they've scattered maybe someone here, but they've got down like weed mat and created a garden. And there is a stone that has a person's name on it, but I don't think I don't know that someone can be buried back in this section. So she might be cremated and spread in this area. I'll have to ask Micah because Micah cares for this cemetery. And then you have like this kind of a stone that can hold cremated remains inside here. I don't know if there are cremated remains or if they're full burials. But
this is neat.
It appears to be the style that you could put cremated remains inside of it. It's very cool. And another one, same style.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me flip this so I don't. A lot of young people in the Indian community die. I don't know rhyme or reason, but there's been a lot of young deaths. But it does appear you can open it and put cremated remains in. See the seam?
Got like a niche in it.
which is kind of cool.
That's cool.
So I think Josh has given up on finding.
Well, yeah, I'm like I said, I think it's one of the ones back there that's completely grown over,
Yeah.
and you can't see the stone. So
Yeah. But
yep.
this is the Indian cemetery. One of my favorites to come to. I love working with Indian tribes, and they do the drumming and the tobacco, and
Oh, it's neat to watch. The ceremony is really
it's
cool.
I love it. And
Yep.
there's this younger kid. I mean, I watched him kind of grow up from a young teen into his older teens as the lead drummer, chanter, singer, and I have no idea what
Yep.
he's saying, but it just
Yeah.
strikes you. It's really cool.
Oh yeah, it'll put you in a trance when they're doing it.
It
It's neat.
does.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Yeah, so always loved working their funerals, just because I liked working with the families because they held each level of the family in such esteem. Like if your parent died, you looked to your aunts and uncles
Yep.
to help guide what you are going to do. The hierarchy of the family structure is very distinct, which has been lost in a
Oh,
lot of,
in modern culture for sure.
yes.
Yeah.
And so I love that about their tribe, about working with the tribes and stuff. So, yeah. Anything else you want to show here?
No. Nope. Nope. Nope.
Cool.
This is neat.
Thanks for taking a little jaunt with us, and I'm
Yeah.
glad that the video
The
that the
live work. Yeah.
yay!
Cool.
Thanks technology.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll catch you guys on the next one. I think we're gonna try and do the National Cemetery for Military National Cemetery next and do a little tour of that.
Awesome.
So see you guys later.
Have a good one, guys.
Bye.
See ya.